Hello, guys. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Today, we're going to get started with our reading lesson. We are going to start with a new book today. So, we're going to talk a little, give you some background knowledge on it, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Our I cans. I can use familiar words and why mosquitoes buzz in people's ears to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words. I can notice and wonder about the text. Our content framing question: what do I notice and wonder about why mosquitoes buzz in people's ears? Before we get started, our book that we're going to start today is told by someone. It's a West African tale. So if we look at our compass rose right here on the bottom, N stands for north, E is east, S is south, W is west. So if we go and look right in this area, this is Western Africa. This is where our story takes place. Africa is the continent that we're going to start talking about. So our book is called Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears. Now, our title does not end in a question mark. So it's not going to ask a question. We're not going to try to figure out an answer. But we are going to listen. We're going to learn some about some of the animals in Africa. And today we're just going to notice and wonder and talk about some unfamiliar words. And we'll go into some more details about why this isn't a true question. Now, on our front cover, we have the mosquito right here. So I want you to think about, what is a mosquito? Have you ever seen a mosquito? Have you ever had a mosquito buzz in your ear? Ms. Breaux does not like when bugs fly by her ear and they start buzzing. She tries to swat them away as quickly as she can because she does not like the sound that they make. Do you like the sound that they make? All right, we're going to read through our book first. Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears, a West African Tale. One morning, a mosquito saw an iguana drinking at a water hole. The mosquito said, "Iguana, you will never believe what I saw yesterday." "Try me," said the iguana. The mosquito said, "I saw a farmer digging yams that were almost as big as I am." "What's a mosquito compared to a yam?" snapped the iguana grumpily. "I would rather be deaf than listen to such nonsense." Then he stuck 2 sticks in his ears and went off, meck, 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 through the reeds. The iguana was still grumbling to himself when he happened to pass a python. The big snake raised his head and said, "Good morning, iguana." The iguana did not answer, but lumbered on, bobbing his head. Bada-min, bada-min. "Now why won't he speak to me?" said the python to himself. "Iguana must be angry about something. I'm afraid he is plotting some mischief against me." He began looking for somewhere to hide. The first likely place he found was a rabbit hole, and in he went. Wassa-woosu, wassa-woosu, wassa-woosu. When the rabbit saw the big snake coming into her burrow, she was terrified. She scurried out through the back way and bounded, crick, 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 across a clearing. A crow saw the rabbit running for her life. He flew into the forest crying, "Caw, caw, caw." It was his duty to spread the alarm in case of danger. A monkey heard the crow. He was sure that some dangerous beast was prowling near. He began screeching and leaping, Killy Willy, through the trees to help warn the other animals. As the monkey was crashing through the treetops, he happened to land on a dead limb. It broke and fell on an owl's nest, killing one of the owlets. Mother Owl was not at home, for she usually only hunted in the night. This morning she was still out searching for one more tidbit to satisfy her hungry babies. When she returned to the nest, she found one of them dead. Her other children told her that the monkey had killed it. All that day and all that night she sat in her tree, so sad, so sad, so sad. Now it was Mother Owl who woke the sun each day so that the dawn could come. But this time, when she should have hooted for the sun, she did not do it. The night grew longer and longer. The animals of the forest knew it was lasting much too long. They feared that the sun would never come back. At last King Lion called a meeting of the animals. They came and sat down, pim, 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 around the council fire. Mother Owl did not come, so the antelope was sent to fetch her. When she arrived, King Lion asked Mother Owl, "Why have you not called the sun?" "The night has lasted long, 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 and everyone is worried." Mother Owl said, "Monkey killed one of my owlets. Because of that, I cannot bear to wake the sun." The king said to the gathered animals, "Did you hear? It was the monkey who killed the owlet. And now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that day can come." Then King Lion called the monkey. He came before him nervously, glancing from side to side. Rim, 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 rim. "Monkey," said the king, "why did you kill one of Mother Owl's babies?" "Oh, king," said the monkey, "it was the crow's fault. He was calling and calling to warn us of danger, and I went leaping through the trees to help. A limb broke under me and fell, on the owl's nest." The king said to the council, "So it was the crow who alarmed the monkey who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come." Then the king called for the crow. That big bird came flapping up. He said, "King Lion, it was the rabbit's fault. I saw her running for her life in the daytime. Wasn't that reason enough to spread an alarm?" The king nodded his head and said to the council, "So it was the rabbit who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come." Then King Lion called the rabbit. The timid little creature stood before him, one trembling paw drawn up uncertainly. "Rabbit," cried the king, "why did you break a law of nature and go running, running, running in the daytime?" "Oh, king," said the rabbit, "it was the python's fault. I was in my house minding my own business when that big snake came in and chased me out." The king said to the council, "So it was the python who scared the rabbit, who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come." King Lion called the python, who came slithering, wassa-wusu, wassa-wusu, past the other animals. "But king," he cried, "it was the iguana's fault. He wouldn't speak to me, and I thought he was plotting some mischief against me. When I crawled into the rabbit's hole, I was only trying to hide." The king said to the council, "So it was the iguana who frightened the python, who scared the rabbit, who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkeys, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come." Now the iguana was not at the meeting, for he had not heard the summons. The antelope was sent to fetch him. All the animals laughed when they saw the iguana coming, bada-min, bada-min, with the sticks still stuck in his ears. King Lion pulled out the sticks, baroop, baroop. Then he asked Iguana, "Iguana, what evil have you been plotting against the python?" "None, none at all," cried the iguana. "Python is my friend." "Then why wouldn't you say good morning to me?" demanded the snake. "I didn't hear you or even see you," said the iguana. "Mosquito told me such a big lie I couldn't bear to listen to it. So I put sticks in my ears." "Hee hee hee," laughed the lion. "So that's what you had sticks in your ears?" "Yes," said the iguana. "It was the mosquito's fault." King Lion said to the council, "So it was the mosquito who annoyed the iguana, who frightened the python, who scared the rabbit, who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come." "Punish the mosquito! Punish the mosquito!" cried all the animals. When Mother Owl heard that, she was satisfied. She turned her head toward the east and hooted, "Hoo! Hoo! Hoo!" And the sun came up. Meanwhile, the mosquito had listened to it all from a nearby bush. She crept under a curly leaf, sim, and was never found, and brought before the council. But because of this, the mosquito has a guilty conscience. To this day, she goes about whining in people's ears. "Zzz, is everyone still angry at me?" When she does that, she gets an honest answer. Kapow! All right, I want you to think. After we read a book, we always notice and we always wonder. So your assignment for today is going to be to post one notice, and if you have a wonder, to post a wonder. So I put up these sentence stems up for you. I notice blank, I wonder blank. So I'm going to give you an example. I notice that the characters are all blaming the other characters who were not the cause of the problem. And I wonder why the animals didn't ask the mosquito earlier why he scared the iguana. All right, so keep thinking about what you notice and wonder. And if you need to, you can go back through and reread the book or re-listen to the book and think about what you notice and wonder. All right, we're going to look at some unfamiliar words. In our book that we read today, there were some words, and I want to see if you know what they mean. So our first word that we got to was lumbered. Right here. The iguana did not answer, but lumbered on. Lumbered. Lumbered means to take slow steps. So the iguana was moving away from that mosquito, and he was going very slow because most iguanas don't move very fast. All right, our next word we're going to look at is this one right here. Bada-min, bada-min. Think about if you know what that word means. So, bada-min is not a real word. The author uses the sounds in the word to create an action. So he's showing us that lumbered and bobbing his head he's going slow, and he's probably moving up and down very slowly. So when he says that he is bobbing his head, bobbing just explains how he's moving. So lumbered, bobbing, and bottom in all help us to visualize or picture what that iguana is, how he's moving. So our next word I want to look at is the word, let me see if I can find it, burrow. Right here. When the rabbit saw the big snake coming into her burrow, she was terrified. So last week we talked about how the words help us connect to the picture. I want you to think about if you can figure out what a burrow is by looking at our picture. When the rabbit saw the big snake coming into her burrow, she was terrified. So this hole right here is going to be her burrow. It's usually a hole in the ground where rabbits and other animals live. And our last word that we are going to look at or think about is terrified. She was terrified. Again, we're going to look at the picture. Look at the rabbit's face. Do you think she's happy, sad, scared? And really think about the picture is showing her eyes open really big. So I bet terrified is very similar to scared. All right, I want you to remember that your assignment today is to post one noticing, and if you have a wonder, to post a wonder. All right, I hope y'all have a good afternoon.